not bad problem. This exercise. Your problem could be your solution. So often you've got a brand and it says, oh, I can't do this, or it's like this, and you say, oh, I'm stuck, I can't do it. You avoid your problem. But often, as with people's strengths, it's their weakness. And often with people's weakness, it can be their strength. Now with Vaseline, I joined BBH, and I was thinking like, yay, I'm going to work on Levi's and Axe, it's going to be brilliant. And they said, no, you've got Vaseline. Okay, yeah, lubricant. I can do loads of lubricant jokes. And they said, no, that's not like that. It doesn't have any problem saying. We've got lubricant jokes, thanks. What you're going to do is Vaseline skincare. And I thought, oh. It was not good. And then we said, okay, by the way, this brand has been losing sales for about 20 years. We've been losing a little bit every year. We've been on a slow decline. Because what happened was we missed the whole beauty boom. Your mums and dads used to wear it. They used to put it in the skin, used to protect the skin, and it's sort of unglamorous. Now, lots of beautiful models wear skin cream, but Vaseline's fallen out. But okay, so Vaseline never caught the beauty wave. It's losing sales every year. What can we do? And they said, oh, by the way, we know how to make a winning advert. What you're going to do, research works. If you show young women within the target audience, that's right, 25 to 45, and they'll be rubbing it into their skin and legs. We don't want it anywhere else because that's a bit pornographic. So just skin, legs, arms. But have a catchy tune. Have a catchy tune because that tests well as well. So have a catchy tune. Have lots of different women, some black, some Asian, some white, so we can cover everyone. Have you dance into this catchy tune, dancing, while rubbing the stuff into their arms and legs. That tests off the score. It's just off the charts. Brilliant. And we said, okay, yeah. And so all these things that we've been testing really well. How do your sales do? Oh yeah, we've been losing about 15% a year. So the testing is working really well. So we ignored the testing. And we said, okay, you've missed beauty. That's where all the sales are, right? You've missed beauty. So let's make that deliberately. We're not beauty people, we're like scientists. We think skin's incredible. We do all these things, it's rubbery, let water in. We look at skins from this far away. Like scientists, almost like under a microscope. And then when we get your skin healthy, the result is it's beautiful. And that's what that did was change the voice of how you speak. So this is what we do.
Your skin is amazing. Look after it.
That was a huge leap for Vaseline, and it took a really very time. But it paid off. Sales went up by 97% in 1 year. Here's the other thing, find out everything. Often a client will give you a brief, or an agency will give you a brief, and say like, okay, here's the problem, here's what we'll say. And we'll say, okay, and we'll accept it. And then you give work in, and it won't pass. And you give work in again, it won't pass. It's because you haven't found out what the real is. So find out what your proposition is, and then keep on digging, find out everything that you need to do. I once spoke to Linus Carlson and Paul Ashby, who did all the middle work, and grandmother, and these crazy swings. Their work was crazy. They said, no, what we do is we find out everything that the client needs. We said, okay, that's it. Okay, we'll put that, we'll put that. We'll put everything in there. So even though it seems like really wacky, it's actually very smart.
At least the hair is going well.
Okay, I'm joined JWT. Sorry, I'm not like you, so I have to go back to I went to JWT and they gave us a sunset account. They said, here's everything. They had a horrible strapline from 2 years earlier that they invented, so we couldn't get rid of it. It was therapy. So like it's therapy and hair. Therapy. And it's made you want to gag. But we had to use it because we invented it. And then they said, okay, what else do you need in there? Well, we need a fan shot. You might recognize this. So what we do this with your hair. Do it with my hair. Do this with your hair, and it all comes back beautifully and it shines. Now that shot, you might have seen it before on a hair ad. And we need a slow motion shot of the hair waving around. Anything else? Oh yeah, we need some sort of glorious shots of just hair looking good. And we need to have good looking girls because we want good looking girls with their hair. So So what you really want is hair drawn, not a problem, and you want to make the squirrel therapy work, no problem. No, if we had a choice, we'd got to do therapy, but we didn't. So we had to make therapy work, we had to make hair fall work, and we had to have beautiful girls, so all the stuff that you normally get in a hair way. So we said, okay, well let's make therapy make sense. Let's create therapists, people that talk to you about how to look after your hair and the psychology that goes with it. This is one of the areas we do.
At least the hair is going well. Thanks to some silk anti-flat, your hair has twice the volume. But let's talk about what just happened.
So find a voice. It doesn't mean you have to be a complete ass. Just find a voice. Know your shit to some extent. And if you believe in something, stand up for it. It doesn't mean you have to be like really unreasonable. Just say, look, here's why I think it works. Or let's talk some more to find out what we'll get to. But argue. If you believe in something, stand up for it. If you have something, don't be like something else. Be like you. Find your voice. There's some instances like where work is going to get you fired, and it's worth it. But that's the thing. It's worth it. If you get fired over a piece of work, it's worth it. Because the work will still be there. And someone will hire you on that piece of work. I remember my first job in Singapore. I did this, what I thought were good ads. I wanted to do good ads. And I had some good ideas. And I was going out to my book. I was going, look, here's what the idea was. And here's what we can see what the idea was. And I went through a whole book like that. And the person said, I don't care. I said, it's your job to make sure that it stays like you wanted it. I said, no, that's accountability. No, it's your job. I should have fought, and I forgot to, because I thought that was someone else's job. I abdicated responsibility for my own act and became a victim. Now, I'd rather, if I get fired, know why I get fired, than just become a victim and have my life and my work led in a way that I would want and no one else would want. At least if you stand up for it, you get something good at the end of it. Or at least you know what you stand for. This is one example where I presented some work at an agency. I saw their reaction and said, fuck that, I'm not going to, I took it back. I said, I'm going to make this myself. And it got me fired from my client as well. But in the end, it was worth it.
People say I hate young black men, but just the opposite is true. I'm a big fan of young black men, and I'll tell you why. You know who kills the most young black men in this country every year? Young black men, and I'm a big fan of that. So keep on buying those guns. Keep on killing each other the way you are.
Sometimes you have a piece of work and it's famous now, but you don't realise that it could work live. This next piece was it wasn't scripted. We've been working on an idea like it in our heads, but it wasn't scripted. We're on a shoot already, so it wasn't bought by the client. And we had this idea of maybe getting someone to jump a ball between them and we'll put it in post. And we saw Tiger doing it during his lunch break. The shoot was doing it. And we said, well, okay, let's shoot that. We didn't have to shoot it. We didn't have the money to even roll the film. We thought, okay, let's get going. We did it. And now it all seems fine. We thought, okay, let's use it for sales meeting or something. But that's what we did. We did get fired. Stay stupid. No matter how much you think you know, empty your cup. This is just like this is how you hold the aging process as well. You don't know. Don't go and say, I think I know, or I'm proud of this, or this is the way it should be done. Go and say, I do not know. So when you learn something else. You don't start to say, I'm an expert, or I'm an authority, I know, I don't know. Now if you approach stuff that way, you'll always be fresh, you'll always find a new answer, rather than go back to the answer you had before. I think Kurosawa put it really well. In his movies, if you look at his movies, his heroes were a bit stupid. They're all ordinary people just struggling to try and work out how to get better. All of his villains were realised they knew the answers. They were growing. Don't become a villain. You've